What's up, guys? This is Mike again, and I'm kind of wrapping up on some of the bullet points and the nuggets that I got from the interview with Joyce Henderson of Faith in Motion. If you haven't checked out that video, I'll put it in the link somewhere around here. Go check that out. It was really awesome. So Joyce had mentioned a couple bullets that I really wanted to highlight on. One of the things that she had mentioned was, or we kind of spoke about this thing called commitment within the context of the dance, and I wanted to bring it back to the relational side and kind of juxtapose it with real life relationships with dancing relationships. So I found a really interesting definition of commitment that I thought was pretty cool part from the course. It's taking your partner wherever you go. And it kind of made a lot of sense in terms of a lot of times when you're dancing and you're leading forward, your partner is going back. And if you're leading backward, then your partner's coming forward. And there is this commitment to lead and follow accordingly. So one of the things that Joyce had mentioned was they're looking to me to help build that confidence. When it came to commitment, Joyce had mentioned that part of the commitment process is when people start to build confidence in themselves when they're actually doing the dance. And when we were talking about new couples, it made a lot of sense, because if you're just meeting someone, technically the commitment's pretty low. I mean, whether you're going on a date or you're talking to someone on the phone, there really is no commitment. There's just basically what I would call building love maps, which is getting to know that person cognitively at the very least. And as you're going through that process, if the engagement is, if it makes you feel good, if it challenges your thought process, if you're physically attracted to this person, then the engagement begins to get bigger and longer. And then the commitment starts to build, because we go from, hey, let's go on this date here, let's go on this date there. The next level of commitment would be to be in a committed relationship. Hey, I'm not going to date anybody else but you. And then as that kind of progresses, it can go into, more and more bigger and better things, whether it's moving in together or getting married, having children, so on and so forth. So I want to kind of juxtapose that, because when Joyce says they're looking to me to help them build that confidence, she's the instructor teaching both the leader and the follower roles. And I notice that a lot of times that people don't really have a lot of good role models when it comes to like leader, follower, or roles in general in relationships. And then I just started thinking, well, that's exactly what I do here when I'm helping a couple kind of like define their roles for themselves. Like, I don't define it, but I help them understand that they need to define their roles according to what goals that they have. So some of the things that I came out with here is, so this is my own little quote. Commitment is a muscle that needs to be exercised daily. And the reason that I shared that is because, as I said in the very beginning, commitment is pretty low because you're just still kind of feeling things out. And that's one of the things that Joyce had spoken about when it came to dancing, is that, hey, I don't know if I really like this thing called dancing, and I just want to come try it out. And slowly but surely, as they learn more things and they stay quote unquote committed to the process, they're learning more and they're actually becoming closer as a couple. And it starts to develop their confidence, it starts to develop more commitment, because now they don't want to learn one style, they want to learn 2 and 3 other styles. So they may have come here for this, but now they're moving into another realm or another arena. So once you realize, hey, I really like, doing this thing or this person, in terms of like, I like doing this thing called dance or being with this person, you do it more often and hopefully you improve. And that kind of brings me to this other place, because, there's levels to dancing. So there's like bronze, silver, and gold levels to dancing. And I started thinking, is there really that for couples in relationship? And, obviously there's not a level or a belt system to relationships and dancing. But, the more that you practice the principles, the closer you become, the more meaningful your life gets. and technically speaking, you know, there is a lot of growth. So I did want to leave you with a couple of bullet points. And the first one is that I do encourage that if you have, that you've basically commit to doing something meaningful with your partner, just taking a look at my notes. So if you find that your relationship is a little bit of a rut, it might mean because there's not enough commitment to doing something meaningful within the context of the relationship. So maybe find something that is meaningful, and then the next thing that you want to try to do is see if you could do that, whether it's on a daily or a weekly basis, because when you start doing that, now you're actually exercising the commitment, and it becomes what I call a ritual of connection, which is basically something that you can count on doing. And the last thing is that if you find yourself kind of struggling in this area, like let's just say you wanted to learn to dance and you're not really good at it, well, you kind of go see Joyce and she'll kind of hook you up, and you'll learn how to dance from an instructor. But if you find yourself like not in a good place from a relational perspective, you know, all therapy really is training on how to do better at the thing that you're trying to get better at doing. So hopefully that makes sense. Guys, this was a real pleasure for me. I hope to do more videos like this. I hope to do more interviews with Joyce. I'm pretty sure you're going to see more of her and the things that she has going on in the school. So please visit her website and all of her social media pages. I thank her again for allowing me the opportunity to kind of engage with her in this way. And if you guys have any questions or any suggestions of anything that you want to see happen on this channel from a mental health perspective, please drop it in the comment section below. Until next time, share, like, and subscribe, and I'll catch you later.